I'm assuming I need no introduction. I've been sleeping all day because I didn't feel good and I didn't feel like dealing with their bullshit today, so I took the day off. And I slept all day like a baby because I'm not afraid of these people. I'm about to lay back down again and play with my phone till I fall asleep again. But these people, they think they got one over on me, and they couldn't be farther from the truth. I'm about to throw away another $40 12-pound bag of dry cat food. I have bought 4 of them since August 3rd. I posted all of the receipts from DoorDash on my page. That bag that I bought on August 3rd should still be in my house. My cats don't eat that much dry food. They eat a couple nibbles and they walk away. I've had to buy 4 since August 3rd. A 12-pound bag used to last me a month. I have bought 4 of them in 1 month. Now I'm opening tuna cans for them 2-3 times a day with a broken can opener because every time I buy a can opener, they break it on me. And now my thumb is broken because they tripped me yesterday on the sidewalk, and I have to use this broken thumb to use the can opener to open their can of food, which I might put on live stream so that you can witness it for yourself. What I have to go through to open a can of food. I'm going to document everything. And I was going to document my hair earlier when I didn't have my hairpiece on, but I'll do that tomorrow when there's more light. I'll show you that they're maintaining the haircut and that my hair is not growing. Everything these people do, I'm going to document. I am going to be doing a video on blacklisting of employment. I'll be doing that soon. I know how that works now. I have firsthand experience of that, and I'm going to share it with all of you. I'm going to tell you exactly how they do it. And I'm going to give names of companies that have done it to me. And if I have names of people that I spoke with at that company, that will be going on the video as well. So what these people think they're getting away with, I really have no idea. I'm not that far behind on my rent. I've got all of August and a third of September. And I'm trying to get the rest of September so that I can get a job and get caught up for October. If he wants June and July, social services is willing to pay for that. But they're waiting for paperwork from him, which he refuses to provide. That's his problem. Okay. I found a way to get him his money. He doesn't want to take it, then he don't get his money. Not my problem. I can't pull money out of thin air. Okay. I woke up one day to my income being gone with no excuse other than the fact that they're trying to make me homeless and put me in financial distress. All right. And then they set me up for a job that they knew that I was going to fail at because the whole thing was a skit from the time I got there until the time I left. I was there for a month and a half. It's all going on that video, including the name of the company, including the name of the managers, including the name of the coworkers. I have nothing to hide. I have no shame for the way that I'm living. I have no shame when I put my Cash App link online trying to get people to help me because I have no money coming in because of these people. Okay, and then messing with the cat food is not helping because every time I have to throw down $40 for a bag of cat food, I go without so that they can eat. Okay. This is a temporary crime for which these people are going to pay dearly. They may not pay dearly in this life, but they're going to pay dearly in the next. I can guarantee you that. They're going to pay dearly in the next life for what they're doing now. I know what the Bible says. And I'm watching that Bible play out in front of my face every single day. So if you don't believe the Bible is real, I feel very bad for you because you're in for an eternity of hell. Quite literally. A temporary life that goes by like that. And you could have had eternal paradise. But no. You chose your portion in this life. You chose that your comfort in this life. You don't get the other life. You sabotaged yourself. Nobody did it for you. You did it yourself. It was a decision that you made. No one's going to come to your aid. As many years as you have been alive, you have had that opportunity to seek out the knowledge of God. And you chose not to do that. Okay, that was a choice. And we all have to live with our choices. And you will too. I don't care if they threatened your family. I don't care if they threatened your kids. It doesn't matter. You're supposed to choose God over anybody. He tells you that. Okay. Those that love mother and father more than me, or anybody more than me, is not worthy of me. That's what that means. You're going to make temporary decisions based on the people that you love and your life that you love on this earth. Well, this is the only portion that you're going to get. Okay, it's a very simple concept. Follow Jesus, and you get persecuted right along with him and get eternal life. Or you follow the masses, get enjoyed with this criminal network, and make your life comfortable now and deal with the consequences later. Those are your options. Unfortunately, that's where most of you are headed. And when I tell you that I feel bad for you, I honestly mean it. I feel bad that you were put in a situation where you felt you had to make that decision. And I will be getting a makeup case with a zipper top. So have your fun now. Have your fun now, assholes. Before you know it, you'll be on your deathbed with regrets that you can't do anything about for decisions that you made now. There's a reason I found God early in my life. There's a reason. I found him while he may be found. You? It's too late for you. As soon as the Antichrist shows up, you're going to be deceived by him. You're deceived by him already. Okay. You're deceived by him already. And he ain't even here yet. Your father is the devil. And the works of your father you will do. And how do I know this? Because I'm one of your victims. And because I follow the Bible. And I know what the Bible says. I know what each and every one of you are looking at when you die. And it ain't pretty. And it ain't temporary. Like mine is. You're going to a place of torment for eternity. You're not going to be allowed to eat, sleep, rest, drink. You're just going to be tortured and tormented over and over for eternity. All right. It's okay. You don't have to believe me. You'll see it when it happens. You'll see it. And it doesn't matter how much regret you have at the time when it happens, because you had your whole life to seek out the truth and follow God. But you decided to do it your own way and deal with the consequences later, which you will. And if that doesn't scare you, nothing will. Sad but true. See, I'm not talking from experience from like 2 weeks. This has been my entire life. Right? I didn't know about this until 2020, but I knew something was up. My entire life, I knew something was up. Okay. But God answered my prayer. Took him 50 years to do it, but he did. He answered my prayer and told me what's up. And if I had to do it all over again, I would. All the torment and pain and sorrow you have caused in my life, I would do it all over again. Okay. Because I have the knowledge of the truth. You don't. Okay. Because you either refuse to hear it or you don't believe it. Either way, you're still going to hell when you die. Just because you don't believe in God or that there's consequences doesn't mean you ain't looking at them and that it doesn't exist. Okay. You think you're smarter than God? Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. More than obvious that you think you're smarter than the Almighty. More than obvious. fine. I'll throw away the dry cat food and I'll give them wet food. And you can't get into the can until I open it. That's fine. My cats are not going to starve. I'll starve before my cats do. And lady, your alibi ain't working out for you. Okay. You're just making yourself more obvious. I suppose you think you're clever. Like always. You're not. You have a very high false opinion about yourself. Always have. It started off with, I can spell and you can't, so I'm smarter than you. That's how it started. And she just progressed from there. She found herself a group of people that were willing to be her friends because they're scumbags just like her. So she got herself some friends, but she had to pay for them. It really is the saddest thing ever. And anybody that calls themselves my friend that is involved in this, shame on you. You know that you're doing wrong. You know that I'm a good person. You know that I'm a Christian. And you know that you're persecuting me to make your life more comfortable. Shame on you. I have given you some of you some money for groceries when you didn't have it, never asked for it back. Didn't do it to get anything in return. Done a lot of things for my friends that I never got in return. Didn't stop me. You know why? Because I am who I am and you are who you are. And I've been saved since I was 19. So I've been reading the Bible for 36 years. And I don't claim to be a Bible expert, but I know enough. I know that you lose in the end. All right. I know that God sees everything you're doing to me. I know you're going to be judged accordingly for it. And if you think you're going to get saved on your deathbed, you can forget it. Those who seek me early shall find me. You don't get to find him at the last minute. Doesn't work that way. And when the Antichrist shows up, it's going to be too late for you. You're going to be deceived by this man. Even if it were possible, even the very elect would be deceived by this man. That is how convincing he's going to be. For the elect's sake, it is not possible. God will not let you be deceived. Oh, and the elect are the saved, the ones that chose Christ over this nasty, cruel, evil world being ruled by the Prince of Darkness, which is not Ozzy Osbourne. And if Ozzy wasn't saved, that's where he is too right now, unfortunately. God has no respecter of persons. When you die, it doesn't matter if you're Madonna or Prince or Ozzy or had any political clout in this world. God is no respecter of persons. He doesn't care what you were on this earth. He cares whether or not you listen to him and follow his instructions, which I didn't. I'm human. I sin. So a lot of times I didn't follow God's instructions, but I'm still saved. All of my past, present, and future sins are forgiven because I accepted the sacrifice that Jesus made for me. Okay. You decide to ignore that, then you reap what you sow. And it's that simple. Okay. You choose which God you're going to serve. There's only two. There's two masters, and you can only serve one. Okay. And whichever one you decide to serve, you're going to reap the benefits of. It's damn truth. God actually says in the Bible that he's going to laugh at your calamity when it comes. He gave you so much instruction that you decided to ignore. That when your destruction comes upon you, he's actually going to laugh at you. Well, I'm going to laugh at you too. Right? He also says that the desires of the righteous are going to see the wicked getting punished. I'm looking forward to that. Not gonna lie. So I'm gonna be right there, witnessing the whole thing. Oh, sounds like someone's in my sink. Yeah, there's always somebody in here. They think they're clever. I praise God with all my heart and soul and mind and trust in Him, and He is directing my paths. He's the reason I'm making these videos and exposing this. That wasn't my decision. Okay. God is directing my paths. Okay. Sorry. 2020, as soon as I found out this had a name, I started making videos. Now, God is going to give me a job, and I'm going to catch up with my rent, and I'm going to get on with my life. And you're still going to drive by my house and rev your engines and make your truck noises and do your little motorcycle skits. And the neighbors are still going to play their bass, and they're still going to slam their doors, and they're still going to run up and down the stairs with their heels. And people are still going to break in my house and tamper with my things and my food and my cat food and cut my hair and cut my eyelashes and shave my eyebrows and all the things that Mary's telling them to do. But Mary is in for a big surprise when she dies, which is, I don't know, 10 minutes from now. So enjoy it now, sweetheart. Been a bad seed since you were born. Let them that are righteous still be righteous still. Let them that are wicked still be wicked still. Book of Revelation. The only way out of this is going to require true repentance. You're going to have to give all your allegiance to Christ and walk away from this criminal network and become a new creature in Christ, which means you won't be a part of this criminal network anymore, which means you're probably going to have to deal with man's wrath for walking away. If I had to choose between God's wrath, who has the ability to throw me into hell for eternity, or man's wrath, which is temporary, I think I know which one I would choose. But we all know that you don't have any common sense. Narcissists don't have common sense. They got a one-track mind. Evil. Right? Satan was an idiot too. And you're just his minions. He thought he could outdo God, the creator. He thought he could be better than him. Boy, was he wrong. And now he's got all you convinced that you can do the same so that he doesn't have to burn alone. You think he cares about you? He don't care about anybody but himself. So go you. You're all a part of this network. You're all in the club. You're cool. You got friends. This life is going great for you. Well, unfortunately, this life right now that you think is so important is the audition for the real life. Okay. And the reason you don't know that is because you were lied to and you believed the lies that you were told. So go ahead, allow yourself to be deceived at the expense of your own soul. Jesus said, all that hate me love death. You don't get eternal life if you're not giving your allegiance to Christ. If you're following the other master, your punishment is going to be with him, which is the lake of fire. And you don't go into the lake of fire and just burn up in 5 minutes. No, you're there for eternity. I don't care what you've heard. I don't care what the churches have taught you. The Bible is the final authority. And when you go to hell, it's for eternity. There's no getting out. Your choices are to be made now on this planet, in this life. You don't make the cut, that's it. There's no second chances. Go on YouTube and look up near-death experiences and type hell next to them. God gave visions to people, and he told us he was going to in the book of Acts in the end days. Are some of these actors? Of course they are. You got people that are telling the truth, and you got people that are telling lies, and they're all over the motherfucking place. Okay. But the ones that are telling the truth are biblical. And what they say about hell is biblical. And they should scare you enough to at least try to find out the knowledge of the truth of God before you die. Okay. Because if you don't ask God to reveal that he's true to you, that's because you don't want to know. Because he absolutely will. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Okay. And there's nothing that would ever make you turn back to this lifestyle after you do that. Nothing. There's nothing that would make you turn back to this lifestyle once you accept Christ and you find out the true knowledge of God and you receive the Holy Spirit. Nothing would make you turn back to this lifestyle. That is my prayer for all of you, that you come to the knowledge of the truth before it's too late for you. Once you take your last breath on this earth, it's too late for you. And you never know when that's going to be. People, you could die in a car accident tonight on the way to the store to go buy a pack of cigarettes. Right? Yeah. Absolutely, yes. Tomorrow is not guaranteed to anybody. There's a part in the Bible where God actually says, "Thou fool, tonight your soul is going to be required of you." You keep saying, I have tomorrow, I have tomorrow. Well, no, you don't. Actually, tomorrow is guaranteed to nobody. Okay. Tomorrow is guaranteed to nobody. You know, I was 20 once too, and I thought I was going to live forever too. Ooh, I got my whole life out of me. Go me. No. This shit started with me when I was 17 and didn't even know it. I didn't know what gangstalking was in 17. I knew something was going on. I knew something was going on my whole life. That didn't make sense. But I prayed to God my whole life. Just tell me the truth. I just want to know the truth. What's going on? I want to know the truth. I don't care how bad it is. I'd rather know the truth than a sugar-coated lie, I told God. That was one of the 3 prayers that I prayed my whole life. And he did. In 2020, he revealed the absolute truth to me. Okay. And this crime has always existed. Jesus was a targeted individual. Okay. He also says there's nothing new under the sun, which means this crime has always existed in one way or another. There have always been adult bullies. No, it was not always called Zersetzung or COINTELPRO or MK Ultra. No, it's changed names over the years, but it's still the same crime. Okay. It's still the same crime. The only thing different is the name, and the technology has gotten better. It's the only difference. That's it. Okay. It's a Zersetzung, is what it is. In our modern century, that is the name of it. It started in Germany in the 40s by the Stasi police. Okay. It means dissemination of your life. Okay. Which is exactly what these people do. Okay. I have no doubts that that's what was going on here. I know a lot of you think the government is doing this. The government's not doing it in my case. I know who's doing it. And it's the Nazis that are in control of Zersetzung. And my handler is a Nazi. So my stalking is not coming from the government. I'm not saying the government's not involved at this point in time, but when my harassment started, when I was 17, it was not the government doing it. It absolutely wasn't. All right, so now my handler that was already practicing Zersetzung on me since I was a teenager may have put me on a government list once they found out that there was one. Okay, I'm willing to entertain that opportunity or that possibility. But it didn't start off that way. Okay. My handler has been practicing Zersetzung on me since birth. Okay. My first real gang stalking experience happened when I was 17. But prior to that, I was severely narcissistically abused since birth by the same person that is handling my shit now. And did the same thing to my entire family, and I had to stand back and watch, powerless to do anything about it. Anytime I spoke up or tried to defend what I saw what was going on, I got grounded. So I was grounded a lot. So that was punishment then, to keep your mouth shut. Um, Now, as an adult, this person has found a way to ground me as an adult in my own apartment, right, with this criminal network. But it didn't start off that way. Okay? It didn't start off as a network. It started off with her doing the Zersetzung with me, her and her brother. Okay. They're both Nazis. Their mother was a Nazi. I told my family my whole life that she was a Nazi. And when I was saying it, I didn't even know what I was talking about, but I do now. I was just saying it to be like, she's a fucking Nazi, you know? But now I know she really is a Nazi. Okay. So back in the 40s, they had something in Germany called Zersetzung. You can Wikipedia it, and I can put down the spelling of it. There's not enough people talking about this because it's the exact crime that we're going through. Uh, it was the Stasi police, which were the bad police that were involved. Um, and they went after certain dissidents that they thought were going to be a problem and not conform to society standards and believe the official narrative from the news. And we call them conspiracy theorists or truthers. I don't call myself a conspiracy theorist because what I talk about aren't theories, they're fucking facts. All right. So I call myself a truther. But you will know them under the name of conspiracy theorists or truthers. They were then called dissidents. Okay. And if you Wikipedia Zersetzung, you will find that it is the exact same crime that we are experiencing with this gang stalking and organized harassment to a T. And the only thing that has changed is the name of the crime and the technology has gotten better. That is it. The Nazis went global under the Operation Paperclip. Okay. Which means they were sent to all different countries, which is why this is global. It's not just in the United States or Canada. It's every country has this crime going on. And they got there under the guise of Operation Paperclip. So when they got to the country that they were going to manipulate and be in charge of, if there was a paperclip on their paperwork, they were given new identities when they got there so that nobody could identify them as a Nazi. You can look this up. I ain't making it up. Operation Paperclip. Okay. It is the Nazis that are doing this to us. That Holocaust that started in Germany, that hell that those people went through is over. But the Nazi race never died out. They went global. And if you remember in the 70s, 60s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, when they had the Italian mafia, they owned everybody. They owned the cops. They freaking owned everybody. Right? They owned everybody. So you think that the history can't repeat itself and that these Nazis aren't out owning everybody? They could be owning our own government. The Nazis could be the elites. We've all heard about the elites, the Bilderberg group and the the Rockefellers and all that, whatever. The elites that get together that rule the world. Okay? It's the Nazis. I'm telling you right now, from personal experience, it's the Nazis. All right. Now, after September 11th happened, and don't even get me started on September 11th, because you know how I feel about that. Okay. That is when I became a truther. Okay. When that happened in 2001. Okay. My eyes were open to the truth of this world. So, uh, after that happened, where was I going with that? Oh, they came out with the Patriot Act, okay? Which the Patriot Act, um, not a lot of people have read it, including myself, but I know what it contains. And it was already written up and ready to go before September 11th even happened, right? I believe Joe Biden was one of the authors of that. Don't quote me on that, but I think he was. The Bushes were definitely involved. The Clintons were definitely involved. Um, a lot of people were involved. They all knew it was going to happen, and they carried it out. It wasn't Osama bin Laden, some guy that lives in a cave. Okay, and that guy's still alive. All right, we're not even going to go off on that tangent. But after the Patriot Act came out, the Patriot Act is what is disseminating our Constitution. Okay, the Patriot Act allows law enforcement and the government to take away our constitutional rights. Okay. That's why your First Amendment is being trampled all over. And that's why they're coming after the second now with all these shootings. And some of these shootings, most of them are staged because they want you to believe that you live in an unsafe world where a gunman can show up at any time. And they can't go after your Second Amendment unless they got a reason to. And if they don't kill enough people with guns and cause enough, uh, mass shootings that make headline news, they won't have a reason to come after your guns. They've got to create a reason. They have to create a reason before they take away one of your rights. And then when they take away one of your rights, they say it's for your own good. When they're the ones that caused the problem in the first place to get the solution that they're looking for. Okay, that's how it works. And every government does it. But the United States for sure. All right. And the Patriot Act is disseminating our Constitution. It's pretty much making it null and void. They created themselves a new Constitution. Okay. And one of my friends said something to me, and it makes sense because I couldn't figure out why they would get rid of cursive writing in schools, but they did. Kids are not being taught cursive writing anymore. And one of my friends said it's because they don't want them to be able to read the Constitution of the United States. And I'm like, I think you're right. I think that is why they got rid of it. And they're trying to dumb people down. The Constitution's probably not even in the history books anymore. If I had to guess, if I could get my hands on, I would like to get my hands on a, a modern day high school history book just to see what the hell they're spinning in there. That'd be interesting. Um, I mean, those chemtrails that they put in our skies with the planes, with the barium and the aluminum and the you know, we call them chemtrails. Who knows what they consist of? Nothing good. Smart dust, a whole bunch of shit. Okay, you know when you see the planes going by and they got the white trails and sometimes they're like crisscross, like tic tac toe. That's because when it falls down onto the earth, it falls down evenly. Okay. They were telling kids in high school, and I only know this because one of my friends told me what they were telling the kids in school, that they were spraying the ozone layer with sunscreen for our protection. I kid you not. Okay. And they have this thing now called COINTELPRO for math, which I don't know a hell of a lot about, but I didn't even bother looking into it because once I found out that 2 plus 2 equals 5, that's all I wanted to know about that. I'm like, no, thank you. I had a hard time with regular math. Okay, I'm not going to get involved in your bullshit. They're trying to dumb everybody down. Okay. They're taking over all of our children. They're turning all of our children against us intentionally. And that is biblical too. You know, it says the father will be divided against the son and the son against the father and the mother against the daughter and the daughter against the mother and the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law. It says all that in the Bible. In the end days, that's what's going to happen. Well, we're seeing it happen. And there's going to come a time when kids actually cause their parents to be put to death. And that's coming too. Right? Everything's a progression. God labels the end times like a woman in birth. That's how he describes it in the Bible. So as the contractions come, a little at a time, little at a time, little at a time, but then it's real bad. Well, we're in that little bit of time right now. We're in that hallway. And we're leading up to the real bad shit. Okay, right now. I'm not joking. I know where we are in the book of Revelation. I have studied that book more than any book in the Bible extensively. I'm not an expert on it, but I know what that book says. And I'm watching it play out before my eyes. And right now, we are in Revelation 5, ready to enter Revelation 6. And Revelation 6 is when the Antichrist shows up. The rapture occurs at chapter 7, verse 3, after the 144,000 are sealed in their foreheads and come down to earth. As they come down to earth, we go up. Okay. A half hour after the rapture occurs, God starts pouring his wrath down onto the unbelievers that are left on the earth. Okay, it's not like things that you have heard in church or that movie called Left Behind. It's not like that. The rapture cannot happen at any time, people. God gives us this specific order of events that lead up to the rapture and tell you exactly what to look for. And if you don't study that book and you don't know what you're looking for, you can be deceived because they have something called the Blue Beam Project, and they can create holograms in the sky, and they can make things look real, and they can even make it look like Jesus did come back on a cloud and only certain people were taken, and that he left you behind, and you're a Christian and you're like, God promised me, why am I still here? And that would cause you to lose faith in God. And Satan wants that. So it would not surprise me at all if these people tried to do a fake rapture, okay, to make people lose faith in Jesus. Because there's going to be a great falling away before Jesus comes back. And that could be what that's all about. People losing their faith because they thought they were left behind when they're a Christian and they should be trusting in God and their salvation. Okay, so it's important that you get into the book of Revelation and know exactly the order of events that are going to take place before the rapture occurs. And he tells you at the exact moment what's going to happen. You're going to hear the trump of God. The sun is going to be darkened. The moon will not give her light. The moon turns red as blood. The sky is rolled together like a scroll. You'll hear the trump of God. And as the lightning shines from the east to the west, every eye shall see him. And you'll see the Son of Man coming down on the clouds. Okay. There's going to be earthquakes. And he tells you everything. He tells you it happens after the abomination of desolation is set up in the holy place. I can make a list, but you really should just get in there and read it yourself. I mean, there's only 66 books in the Bible. It's not like it's an encyclopedia. That's going to take you 5 years. I think they're also going to pull a fake alien invasion. Okay. I've thought that for a long time. I'm absolutely positive they're going to do that. That's how they're going to round people up. You want to be safe? Go to bunker number 12. No, it's okay. I'll stay right here. Thank you. I've seen UFOs twice in my life, and I knew they weren't UFOs. I knew they weren't aliens. All right. And I was 12 when I saw the first one. And I wasn't alone. Okay. I wasn't the only one that saw it. Even then, I wasn't deceived. They have aviation aircraft in our military that don't require wings. Are you fucking serious? With all the technology that we got now, And all those drones flying all over the place. They don't have wings. Do you think they can't make a drone that's like a plane that can carry people and uh, force lightning out of them onto the ground? You think they don't have that? Our technology is way more advanced than they let you know about. Right? They want you to believe in Area 51. They want you to believe in aliens. They want you to believe in all that shit. It's not true. It's not true. Satan will give you any lie that he can to get your eyes off of him and onto something else. And that's where the alien shit comes in. So, just letting you know, they are going to pull that shit. I have to get up for a second. I am freezing. It's only October. So I guess my cats are eating tuna until I can afford to buy another bag of cat food. And when I do, I'm just going to start buying 2 pounds at a time, not 12, because I can't keep throwing 12 pounds of cat food into the garbage. I have no money coming in. Okay. That bag I bought in August, as you can see on the receipt that I posted. I should still have that bag in the house. I have purchased 4 of them since. And returned a couple to the store and got new bags. And then they said I couldn't do that anymore. So, um, so I'm gonna have to start buying them 2 pound bags at a time. And, you know, unfortunately, these people have to fuck with every aspect of your life, including your damn cat food. It's ridiculous. They know I have no money. That's why I need $1,000 right now. I need 620 for the rest of my rent for September, and I need $400 to get things that I'm out of. I haven't had a paycheck in a long time. I'm borrowing money from people. I'm gonna pay them back, but I don't have anybody else to ask. I've already borrowed money from everybody I know. So, and these people are blacklisting me from employment. Now, I was going to take the day today and look for jobs and call unemployment, and I just took the day off. I was depressed and tired, and I just wanted to sleep, and I slept the whole day away. So, these people really do put you through PTSD, and there's no understanding that unless you're a target. You just wouldn't get it. I mean, the stupid shit that they do. I mean, it's the dumbest things you would never even think of. They think of, and they do. And those of you that are on remote neural monitoring, they get some of the ideas from you because you get concerned about something that they might do, and then they do it because they heard your thought. It's like you can't win. You just can't fucking win, honestly. My cats keep standing there staring at me like, what did you do to our cat food? Well, I need to wait until somebody donates money to me, buddy, because I have no way of getting you other cat food. You should have had plenty of cat food for the rest of the year until like February from the amount I have purchased. That's not even a lie. Um, that's how they financially screw with you. They really do. And those bags are like to have them delivered from DoorDash they're like $40 a piece. And then there's tip. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have had to throw 4 of those in the garbage, and I'm about to throw another one that I just purchased a few days ago. I put the I put packing tape over the cat food bag. I put it into 2 different bags, but they still got into it. And you could see the hole inside of the bag. They put a hole inside so that they could put something in the bag of cat food and shake it. They're covering the cat food with something. And my cats know what's on there and they won't eat it. You should, these people, you can't keep these people out of anything of yours. Even if you have a safe, they can still get in there. There's, they've got people that are experienced with safes. They've got people that are experienced with breaking into your phone. They got people that are experienced computer hackers. They have people from all walks of life. That's why it's called a network. Okay. They can get into my checking account and lower it $2 so that when my check goes through, my check bounces. And then the next day, the $2 is back in there. Yeah, it happens to me all the time. I'm not giving my landlord checks anymore because they do that with him to make me look bad. He's the only one I give checks to. But I bought checks so that I didn't have to go to the store and take the bus to the bank to get money orders. That's why I got checks to save myself time and money. But these people, they sabotage everything. And when I mean they sabotage everything, I mean they sabotage everything. Okay? I'm not just saying that to hear myself talk. All right? I had 4 black coffee mugs in this house. There's only one now. I had 4 um, beige coffee cups in the house. There's only one now. And this is the only 3rd coffee cup I have in my house. And I just got this for free at Jennifer's Closet. They have this thing at a church called Jennifer's Closet, and I go there occasionally to see if they have any skirts or whatever. I only have 3 coffee cups in the house. I had a whole set. They've gone after all my dinner plates. They're screwing with my silverware. They've ruined all of my kitchen appliances except for my microwave and my toaster. I used to have everything. I used to have uh, food processor, blender, all that stuff. They ruin all your electronics. Um, every earpiece I get, every earbud, every Bluetooth, they fuck with everything. Even the wired headsets that you can get at the dollar store. Okay. They fuck with those. They fuck with the volume on my phone. My phone is completely hacked. My accounts are completely hacked. My email, my communications. They have sent text messages out that looked like they were from me. Um, and I have received text messages from others that was not them. So they put you in a position where you really can't help yourself. Like my whole social security issue, I should have never lost my social security. Or at least I should have been warned about it first. And I wasn't. So uh, there's nothing I can do about that. The lawyer that got me the social security in the first place was my workers' comp lawyer. And he's claiming that he didn't get me the social security. Well, yes, he did. Right? But he just doesn't want to get involved now. So, or he was involved then. I nothing would surprise me. So, I should have never lost that. And they also claimed 2 years ago that I was overpaid at my part-time job, and they confiscated one of my checks 2 years ago too, trying to fuck up my rent. But I ended up winning the unemployment case, and I was able to pay my rent. You could totally tell that I don't know. Everything was just a big setup, like always. Um, Now I just got something from Social Security in the mail after 2 years after 2 years of trying to get that 1,500 back that they confiscated from me because I was not overpaid. I just got something the other day in the mail stating we are considering your you know what's the word? We're considering not making you pay back whatever. Who knows what the hell that's all about? I mean, even if I was try to call Social Security tomorrow, I wouldn't believe I was actually talking to them. Honestly, these people redirect my phone calls all the time. If they don't want a message going through, they'll keep messages from going through. They fuck with my emails. They fuck with my messenger, my Facebook. I've got 2 Facebooks, 2 regular Facebooks, and 2 Target Story Facebooks. And I've seen them, and they fuck with them. And I've got like supposedly 200 plus members on my Target Story Facebook page, but nobody ever engages with anything. I don't even know if people are even seeing my channel. Um, they blocked my first YouTube channel, which was just called My Target Story. They locked me out of it. So I used my regular YouTube channel and changed it to My Target Story too, which is what you're watching right now. But my story begins on a channel called My Target Story. I think there's like 70 videos on there, and then they locked me out of it. But if you look for it, you can still find it. Just type in my target story part 1, my target story part 2, because on that channel I just wrote part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. I didn't give descriptions of the videos, but that was just like my intro to doing videos. It was like in 2021, 22. Because in 2020 I tried being a moderator on Zoom calls. For targeted individuals. But then I soon figured out that it was all bullshit, so I quit. They don't want us in communication with each other. They don't want us. They don't want us being able to communicate with each other. That's why it's important that we all whip out our phones and do videos and go on TikTok and go on YouTube and wherever, whatever platform you use, and expose this. Okay? A lot more people are hearing about this crime, and it's coming to light, and we really need this exposed. That's the only way it's going to go away, because this crime, it I know I repeat myself, but this crime, the handbook, and they go by the handbook, right? Make no mistake about it. This crime cannot survive in an overt environment. It can only survive in a covert environment, which is what it is. It's it's a secretive, sneaky, you can't prove it, bullshit crime. Right? Um, but if it becomes overt, meaning you understand how the mechanisms work and how everything works and how everything's tied together and how everybody's involved in the network and they got somebody for everything. Uh, and they're actually live streaming us, people. Don't make any mistake about that. They're live streaming us. Like OF. Okay. They're live streaming us. All right. And they're selling our subscriptions. And they're definitely making money on us. Okay. They're wrecking our life on purpose. And then they're filming us. And your reaction to what they're doing is their entertainment and gets their subscriptions. I know this is what they're doing. Okay. That and they're pulling in life insurance scams. All right. I know these things. I know that they're doing this. Um, it would not surprise me if they were making snuff films. It would not. People are evil and wicked to the core. It would not surprise me. Um, Nazis were all about evil. They were all about studying the human mind and how it worked and how it could be manipulated and how they can control people. And it was all about control. And they've got it. They've got the control of the world now. And after September 11th and the Patriot Act came out, uh, you know, the government released a whole bunch of technology uh, to law enforcement in the name of national security, but it got into the wrong hands. And now the Nazis are running rampant with it. And this is how they're able to get into your vehicles. And this is how they're able to get into your house and into your computer and into your phone and into everything of yours and into your head. Okay. And when you go in for surgeries, you can bet your ass you're being microchipped. Right? You can bet your ass on that. I am definitely microchipped. I have set things off constantly with my body. And then I'll go through the checkpoint. I'll put all my shit in the basket. I'll go through the checkpoint and it'll go off. And then I gotta get tasered. And then they're like, oh, go ahead. Sometimes they don't even taser me or they're like, oh, go ahead. Because they know. Not joking. I am not joking. I set shit off. Okay. Every time I go to Kohl's, and I walk out, the thing goes off like I stole something. Mm. Nobody ever comes running after me. Now, I have had several surgeries, and I know that I'm microchipped from head to toe. Okay. I have an ear implant in my right ear. There may be one in my left also, but I definitely have one in my right. Um, I've got some kind of microchip up here on the side of my head. On my left side. Um, I've had my tonsils out. I know that I have a microchip over there because they've been able to close my throat before, so I could not inhale my cigarettes. So they have control over that area. I've had my gallbladder taken out. Probably microchipped then. They have control over my bodily functions. I've had both my arms operated on. Um, I'm microchipped all over the place. There's a lot of people out there that say that because of EEG heterodyning and all that, that microchipping is not needed anymore. That could be true, but I know that I am. I'm microchipped all over. And good luck trying to find a doctor that will, uh, disclose that information. I think a lot of compliance to this crime is stemming from. Uh, I think they're being ruled by fear. Uh, I think a lot of these people are being intimidated, um, threatened, blackmailed. Uh, that's what I think. That's what the Holy Spirit is telling me. There's got to be a reason why there's so much compliance with this crime. Even senior citizens. I mean, there's everybody from all walks of life are involved in this. I'm sure a lot of them are psychopaths and are doing it for pleasure. But there's people that I have noticed that you could tell that they would be good people, but they may be forced to do it. It's a possibility. I have noticed some people that seemed like they felt bad about what they were doing. And a narcissist doesn't feel bad about what they're doing. So, um, maybe that is why God tells us to pray for our enemies. Um, but don't forget that in the Bible it says that God will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear, and He will always find a way out of it for you, a way that you can escape. So, if any of you are considering going over to the dark side because you're being gang stalked and you want to consider that the fact that the reason you're stalked in the first place is because you're a child of God and you shouldn't want to do this with your life. And don't forget, if you seek to save your life on this earth, you shall lose it, meaning your eternal life. And if you lose your life for my sake, you shall find it. So if you don't conform to this in this life and you lose out on your life, which I have in a lot of ways, um, you will find it, which I will, because I would never, ever be a part of this criminal network, no matter what the consequences were. Uh, God knows that. So, um, I really am uh, a follower of Jesus. I would never do this to anybody, no matter what I was threatened with. God tells us not to fear. I'm not afraid. I'm angry. I'm sad that we live in a world like this. I never thought I would see this in my lifetime. Um, I'm angry that I have to go through this all the time. I'm aggravated that I have to go through it all the time. But I'm not afraid. Not afraid. Aggravated? Yeah, big time. Not gonna lie to you. Takes a toll on you. They really do ruin every aspect of your life. They really do. I mean, things you wouldn't even think of. Stupid shit. Okay? Like going in your makeup case and removing the caps off of all of your eyeliners. Like ridiculous. I'm talking about ridiculous fucking shit. Okay? I'm not even close to kidding. All right? I'm not. This is why it's hard to prove because the shit's so off the freaking wall that nobody will believe you and everyone's conditioned to tell you to get on your medication. Right? Because the shit's ridiculous. They'll come in and smear their fingerprints all over my mirrors and my microwave, the front of my microwave, constantly cleaning those. I don't touch my mirrors. Who the hell touches their mirrors? Tell me, please. Who touches their fucking mirrors? That's why I'm going to chalk paint mirrors, because mirrors are always in great condition. Okay. I'm gonna chalk paint mirrors and I'm gonna sell them. Okay. But they'll do that. All my mirrors, my microwave, my stove, my fridge, anything with a shine to it. My makeup mirror every day. It's got to have their fingerprints all over it. And they do that because they want you to know that they're in your house. Okay. They want you to know that they're in your house. All right. And what are you going to do about it? That's exactly what it is. Steal my dish soap out of my dispenser. Every day I wake up, there's like 2 squares left on my toilet paper roll. So I have to change my toilet paper roll every morning. Yeah, this is my life, people. This is my life. This is my freaking life. Okay. I'm not even close to kidding you. It's my life. All right. They'll put ammonia in my cat litter, making me think that my cats are just suddenly starting to smell. No, they don't. My house does not smell like cat at all. At all. Right? I buy the clumping clay litter, unscented, with baking soda, and I add extra baking soda. And my house does not smell like cat litter, not one bit. And they have a cat litter house that they go inside to go. Right? And I vacuum every day. So no, I've even asked my friends, does my house smell like cat? And they all say no. Now it probably smells like cigarettes, but it doesn't smell like cat. And they think I don't know the difference between cat pee and ammonia. It's just ridiculous BS. Okay, it really is. It's ridiculous. I could go on and on. I could not, without things to run out of talking about. I could go on and on. I honestly could. Okay. Well, there goes another bag of $40 cat food in the garbage. So I'm gonna have to order double the tuna that I order now. And hopefully I'll get money so I can get, I'm gonna start buying them 2 bags or 2 pounds at a time. Because can't be throwing away $40 bags of cat food. And I'm keeping them on the grain free. They've always been on the grain free and staying on it. So I'm not going to change the quality of the food. But I might have to start buying smaller amounts. I'm going to end my live stream now. And I'm praying for all of us. Hmm. Be careful in the churches these days. They're getting burned down all over the place. Um, Shot up and burned down. Just be careful. I watch my pastor on TV. My pastors. I have three of them. I watch them on TV. Um, or on YouTube and Rumble and whatever. Um, these people have infiltrated the churches. So use your discernment and be careful if you're attending church. Look up what's going on in Canada right now. It's not fun. They started the universal ID over there. Check it out. All right, talk to you guys later. All right.